So it's Doctor Who time. I'm gonna try it one more time. I feel good. I feel a little bit better. I feel more. The confidence might be there. Wasn't quite feeling it last time. I did a lot of old man in the cloud, yelling at the cloud stuff. Um, but I gotta admit, it's dense. There's a lot. I'm not that big of a geek on Doctor Who. So if when I read these questions, it's got to be about learning things and not just on embracing what I don't know. I gotta keep that in mind with the Doctor Who trivia, and I'm very rusty because, like I said before, it wasn't available for me to watch once it wasn't on my streaming platform of choice. So I've gone back and paid for all the Jodie Whittaker episodes, and we have watched them all, and I enjoyed them immensely. It was a good straight show. The writing was clear. Everything kind of made sense, even when it didn't, because I understand that who's an adventure show. It's not like it's not science fiction. It's fantasy. So you can take liberties, and certainly the Stephen Moffat shows did. I almost said Muffet again. Did you catch that? And and I found that a bit disheartening because the suspension of disbelief kind of went away when it became that specific. So it's my goal to give him another try. Hey, we're gonna give Doctor Who one more try. Well, maybe again. I'm not giving up, but I'm gonna try some old-fashioned trivia questions. And if you're a big Whovian, which is what they were called in the '80s, I don't know if Who fans still want to call themselves that. I just remember all the PBS telethons that tried to get money. They were all about the Whovians. Call us up, Whovians, and for $100 we'll give you this little TARDIS keychain. And thank you for supporting public broadcasting. And of course, we probably should support our public broadcasting. But okay, yeah. Let's get to some questions on the cards. All right, so. The name of the broken camouflage unit meant to disguise the Doctor's TARDIS. Okay, is it called the Chameleon Circuit? Am I thinking of something else? I think I might be kind of right on that. Chameleon Circuit. Okay, so, I brushed up a little bit on my Doctor Who after watching the whole 13th Doctor episode. Tegan shows up at the end of that. In fact, this was referenced in the whatever the last Jodie Whittaker episode was called. All the episode names are so much alike. It's like the fate of the Doctor, or the doom of the Doctor, and the time of the Doctor. I don't even know what this one was called, but it doesn't matter. I don't know what Tegan's aunt. What fate? I don't know. I'm still learning. I find they were at a reasonable enough price that I bought all the Blu-rays I could from classic Doctor Who. When I'll watch them is another story altogether, of course. But they were like in the $26 range, and they're usually in like the $40 range. I'm like, this is gonna be too much. But hey, so we'll learn about the fate that happened later. Which doctor featured in the story Black Orchid? I don't know. I'm going to say Matt Smith. I don't know why. Black Orchid was a comic book that Neil Gaiman wrote, and Gaiman was pretty heavy. I mean, he did participate in some of those Matt Smith episodes, but that's a real shot in the dark. What year did long-standing producer of Doctor Who, John Nathan Turner, assume the role? When did the Scarf Doctor start? Because he was like the longest Doctor, so let's call him that. What was his name? Oh, Tom Baker. See, I mean, I'm very rusty, very rusty. Last time I was so frustrated, I don't even know if I'm going to post that one. But I think all my crap that's not good to watch is it's still worth just putting out there because that's just I gotta. You have to own your mistakes. Some days you have are bad and good, and this is a very extemporaneous a thing I do. So here I am, and that's all part of the complex, right? 74? I'm going to say 1974. What was the real name of the planet of the spiders the third Doctor made a fatal visit to? Oh, wow. Now, Planet of the Spiders rings. It's something I've heard of, but maybe I've even viewed it or read the novel. I have no idea what the name of the planet would be, though. Let's just call it Arachnid, because that sounds something that would be done. And this is the last question, so I haven't even been looking at what the color codes mean, but so we're looking for a movie about two small-time gangsters forced to hide in a convent with Eric Idle and Robert Coltrane. I know not of this movie. All right. So let's see. Let us see what we may learn today. All right. The Chameleon Circuit. Look, I got one. Oh, sure. Okay. So, yeah, gotcha. Yes, this is what was referred to. See, the Master has always been a pretty off-putting character for me, even though my real exposure to Doctor Who comes with like so many others, just with the David Tennant episodes. But I've gone back, I've watched his stuff. I don't like the Master as a character. It's irritating. It's just like what the reasons why I don't like the Joker. Same reasoning. So the Jodie Whittaker Master wasn't as irritating. It was played okay for what the character was. It wasn't squirming all the time. But yeah, I had no idea that shrinking went way back because I stumbled on an entire Doctor Who network on like those like fake channels you get with your TV or your streaming stick. It had a few commercials in it, but I'm like one was yeah, but in the Tom Baker ones, the Master would shrink him down to the size of GI Joes, the original GI Joes, because the smaller Star Wars figures hadn't happened yet, and so that was kind of funny to watch. All right, yes, Master liked to shrink people to death. The fifth. I don't even remember what this question was. Was it which Doctor did what? Which Doctor is featured in the Black Orchid? Okay, so who's the fifth Doctor? That's the celery guy, right? Peter Davidson? The card's not even helping. I can't keep track of Doctor numbers. I can't do it. I'm not even going to try, but okay. 1980. Hey, I was off by 5 years. That's not bad. Oh, is this the guy that started? He was really big on, I want question marks on everybody's sweater. Is this the guy that did that? Because he did that for a long time, up to the end of the series. And when did it really end? In 1989, with the question marks embedded and embroidered and everything. A little overdone there. Okay, this is the name of the planet with the spiders, and not giant spider invasion, which is one of my favorite MSTs, but I'm gonna leave that alone now. Get out of me. And oh my God, Nuns on the Run. Oh wow, I vaguely remember Nuns on the Run. Wasn't this movie what got Roger Ebert in trouble? Siskel and Ebert back in the 80s or maybe early 90s when this movie came out, because their review was they just simply said this movie is not funny, and the studios got mad and they're like, well, you can't review any of our movies for a while, and they're like, we don't care, this movie's not funny. I think that was Nuns on the Run. All right, I'm feeling a little better. Thank you, 2013 Hasbro and our friends at the Trivial Pursuit. We've learned something, a little something today. Okay, now I got to go through old guy doctor, recorder doctor, spy doctor, scarf doctor, celery doctor. So I was kind of right. The fifth doctor, Peter Davidson. I got them all right. Okay. All right. Well, this has not been painful, so maybe I'll try it again. So that's I'm gonna call that a day.